Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated so he get faded. But deep down inside he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real nigga reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication.
Quick shout out to Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Nip.
We're gonna go ahead and get into it right now. Welcome to the Council on the Clutch podcast, episode number 13. I'm your boy Kyle. Today I'm joined by SP.
Yo.
And Rory.
Yo, it is me, hombre.
All right, Q's occupied right now, and Dion is being a father / doctor / husband right now. So they wanted to be here, but we got to move along.
Hey, can I say something unpopular real quick? My bad.
Go ahead.
That was probably the longest of any Nipsey Hussle song I've ever heard.
And what do you think about it?
That song was riding. I'm actually about to go download it now. I'm assuming it's called Dedication.
Yeah,
because that was pretty good. Like, I was impressed by that. I'm actually on Apple Music at the very moment, typing up Dedication to go download that. Is that what Kendrick Lamar, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Oh, this is that Victory Lap
you
album I was talking about.
Yeah, you can skip Kendrick verse. It ain't that deep.
Man, let me go download this album, bro. I might actually have to listen now.
Hey, but crazy thing about it, that's 2 weeks in a row I done put y'all on, man. Well, put you on. Everybody else.
What else you put us on?
Last week, Devon Terrell.
Bro, you ain't even know about Take Me Serious for real.
Anyway,
I put you on Take Me Serious.
First of all, the song didn't drop until after the fact, but I'm talking about the Business of Pleasure.
I put you on Take Me Serious, so I don't care what you saying.
Anyway.
Nah, I've been on Nipsey Hussle since Mailbox Money.
Oh, no. I was talking about 2 weeks. This week with Roy, and then last week with all y'all with the Devon Terrell. Was that last week or the week before last? Either way. But yeah, we gotta start doing more music. Week before last?
I think so.
All right. But let's actually get started on the show right now. Y'all don't want to hear all this back and forth between us. So just an update on the NCAA tournament. We finally made it to the Final Four. We got the Final Four teams of Auburn versus UVA. Then we got Texas Tech versus Michigan State. Who y'all got going to the championship?
I'm with Chuck. I got Auburn riding high.
Man, I'm a be a hometowner. UVA ain't never won a title, so I hope UVA make it. And Michigan State, just because it's Texas Tech. They ain't a basketball school, so I don't like that random school stuff.
Yeah, I say I'd rather see UVA and Michigan State.
I think Michigan State probably end up taking it all the way and winning it. Izzo get his what? It'd be second one? Because Mateen Cleaves and that team was his first one, I think.
Yeah,
I believe so.
It's crazy. Michigan State been a dominant basketball powerhouse and only got one title in recent memory.
Hey man, that's just what happened when you win conference every year. You get considered dominant. So depending on what conference you in.
I think Izzo is not the greatest recruiter because every team that he has that has extreme success like that's a lot of seniors on the squad, like a Gonzaga or something like that.
Yeah, that's because nobody's going to Michigan State if you just getting recruited. Them cats that go there, he probably getting like 3 or 4 star recruits and low 5-star recruits that's coming to school, but they're not going to be NBA ready for 3-4 years. So they know they're going to be in school for a while.
If that.
Yeah, if you go to Michigan State, you probably either a hometown kid or something fell through with somebody else. Or that was your only. I wouldn't say only, but Michigan State is not like one of those schools you see the top 50 and they say they commit to Michigan State.
I'm just glad that they beat Duke, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm glad Duke lost too. I just knew it was gonna be 3 weeks in a row with some BS. You know how it worked?
Now the check ran out.
Yeah.
Coach K ain't pay the right person, right people, you know.
Yeah. That I almost had a joke that yeah, no mind.
Hey, I know this kind of random. We talking about the NCAA and we just said Coach K money. But and we kind of already had planned this show out anyway, in a way. But yo, John Calipari got a lifetime contract. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too when we was talking about Michigan State. But yeah, that's crazy. Lifetime contract though.
Like, I get it though. It ain't really lifetime, bro. 60, and his current deal go through 2024, so he'll be 65 on that end. He probably gonna retire anyway, so they just make it sound like lifetime. But the fact that they giving him a job out on campus guaranteed after he done, as long as he stayed at school, that's the wildest part to me.
That's love, man. The one and like you said earlier in the group chat, the one and done's finally paid off for him.
Yeah, because he damn sure ain't won no titles, but what, one? I mean, one or two?
I think they won two.
Okay, so
I want to say they went back to back too.
Because Memphis ain't win none.
Yeah, he just had Derrick Rose. That was about it.
Okay,
and then he went straight to Kentucky after that. Didn't he go to Kentucky that next year?
I think so.
Think so, yeah. And that's when he had all them It's crazy, all them blue chippers that couldn't win a title. Or 5 stars in basketball, I guess. They're not called blue chippers, are they?
Yeah, they're called blue chippers in basketball.
Right.
But they I mean that basketball is one of those sports where it ain't about how much talent you got sometimes. It's about chemistry. Shoot, Argentina beat us in the Olympics.
Exactly.
So I mean,
but that's talent because they had Manu Ginobili.
He was the only player, if that.
Yeah, he was waiting to say that, boy.
Exactly. You know what? Just because you want to say that, Kawhi thinks it's funny too. We're about to be going for the whole podcast now.
Crickets.
Hold up.
Crickets.
So, That's fine. Not to go off in a tangent, but where do you rank Manu as far as best Spurs ever?
He's in the top 5, but he's probably 5.
Fair enough.
I would George Gervin, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. Number 2 if he would have stayed, but because he left, can't do it. Tony Parker, Manu.
Did Tony Parker leave or did they trade him?
Who? Number 2?
Tony Parker.
Oh,
you said number 2. You said number 2.
Number 2. If number 2 would have finished his career in San Antonio, he'd have been number 4.
Man, you can call him by his name, man.
No, I'm with Skip Bayless on this one. Never. Number 2 it is.
All right. Disrespecting that man.
And then Manu, Leonard, for those who don't watch NBA basketball.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
The guy behind his laugh.
And then I think if it's kind of tough because I don't really remember outside of George Gervin none of them older players. But since '97, that would have been my top 5, adding George Gervin in there. And I ain't never watched him play, but just stories that my grandma told me about his game, and then looking at the numbers itself without a 3-point line, what he was putting up. Hell, he got to be in the top 5. He got to be the best to play.
I'm assuming your number 1 is the big fundamental.
Nah, he number 2, maybe 3. I like David Robinson too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that's respect.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Timmy D without Robinson, man.
It ain't because it's that crazy. David Robinson really was one of the first big men in this era that was putting up big points, but they was just losing. So
if
it ain't
you really go back and look at his numbers. Some of them numbers is crazy, dog.
Yeah, he has some games.
But you in San Antonio, so back then you ain't getting no type of love.
Mm-mm. That's a good point.
Nope.
You got all the stats in the world, but if you ain't winning, man, they ain't give you no love. Went to Timmy got there.
Hey, speaking of all the stats in the world and not winning, y'all boy Zion.
Y'all boy, that ain't my boy. SP, that's your boy?
Nah.
I wish him well, but
the
hype is outrageous, dog.
Yeah, I got a couple key points of things that was said. We got Paul Pierce, the hater, who just be on TV hating all day. This man said Zion is a top 50 player in the world already. Skip Bayless said he's top 30, and the UCF head coach Jimmy Dawkins said that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy.
Crazy ain't even a word for it, but I feel like society has popularized just going out on the limb and trying to be some Nostradamus type person. And I feel like a lot of that is what is going on here. But I mean,
do you hit it first? I can't talk. The you heard it here first type
right?
factor.
Exactly.
I was the first to say it. But Skip Bayless said that every episode. I said it back on the old network. I was the first person to say it.
You
So I
heard me
mean,
say I don't love so and so.
be some random player be like, yo, nobody even talking about him.
Right.
But yeah, so what's your actual opinion on Zion though? Like as far as a player and how y'all think he'll pan out?
All-star, maybe.
Well, see, with All-Star, are we talking All-Star statistically or are we talking All-Star because of votes? Making it to the game, because it's two different things. Just like in the NFL, you can be a Pro Bowl player, but if you're not All-Pro.
I feel like with the NBA, it's not as bad though. Like with younger players, I feel like younger players most of the time, even with the votes, minus your one-offs like Jeremy Lin, I feel like it's deserving in most cases when it comes to the younger players. Like now, you got guys like D Wade at the end of his career, Kobe at the end of his career, guys like that. I understand where you're coming from with that logic.
But yeah, but actually with the NBA though, their vote's a little bit different. It's like it's just like the NFL actually. The fan vote is not the end all be all. It's a percentage of it. So a lot of players actually get in based off the coaches vote and the other players. But yeah, as far as for that, how do you feel on how you feel about Zion?
I had actually said this to a couple of my homeboys that I think his best comparison will be like Larry Johnson. We've kind of already seen Zion. Larry Johnson, if you watch his highlights, Larry Johnson with the Hornets plays just how Zion plays at Duke.
Grandmama.
Chill out. He'll be an all-star in the right situation. He's not a number one pick that'll change the franchise. He's gonna have to go to a situation like if New York was to get the number one pick and they sign 2 free agents and then he's there, like Draymond, then he'll be an all-star. But
trash.
but he's not gonna. But Draymond's talented too. He's just not an all-star by himself. I don't think Zion has the body to play an NBA game how he does, and actually be good by himself. He's gonna need a shooter. He's gonna need a scorer to spread the court out so that way he can actually make plays. Because hell, look what happened when he went against Taco. When he actually went against somebody that wasn't afraid of him, that had the size to play with him, he wasn't as dominant. He was still effective and efficient, but just not as dominant.
And as SP says, after every game, that boy only made 2 shots outside the paint.
Yeah. And the fact that he's 6'7", he's gonna need more of an outside shot in the NBA. Because, well, I mean, hell, Charles Barkley was just a different breed at the time, but everybody's athletic like that now. Zion just looks more dominant because he has an NBA body at 18, but it's not like everybody in the NBA ain't already built like that.
Yeah, he was playing against in high school. He was playing against a whole lot of
Beige.
5'9" Caucasian guys, and he was playing point guard too. So he kind of had the ball in his hand all the time. I think he's going to probably pan out to be an average player, if that. I think the hype is just here right now, but if you want to talk about basketball and skill set wise, one, we don't know what position he really is because he's too small for the power. Well, I wouldn't say too small. I don't think he'll be able to hold a whole season playing against the 3, which is for the people who don't know, the small forward.
Alvin, what do you mean?
You say that now until you got to play KD, LeBron, number 2, as Roy would call him, Kawhi, until you start going up against small forwards every week, and Paul George, like all of those guys are amazing athletes. You don't got that right now, right?
Yeah.
And he's limited on offense, as SP always shows. He can't shoot a lick. So he has to develop a lot on the shooting side of things. Like he's really just out here getting rebounds and dunking. Like that's only going to take you but so far, as we saw with Blake Griffin. That's like a comparison a lot of people in the media are saying. Because Blake Griffin for like the first 3-4 years, I couldn't stand that dude because all he was doing is dunking, and he was supposed to be the greatest person, the greatest player in the NBA, according to the media, because he was just dunking and dunking and dunking. It took him to get hurt to develop an actual jump shot. And then once he developed a jump shot, all the hype was down, but he's actually a decent player now overall. I feel like if Zion can, get a jump shot, he'll be all right. Because he's going to play defense. I can say that. That boy do play some defense. He'll play defense, but offensively, I feel like that's going to be a side where he struggles.
I mean, I feel like Gilbert Arenas touched on a lot of it in what he said. As far as just his skill set currently right now, just doesn't really fit. What would be a successful skill set in the NBA game?
Yeah, he's super limited on what he can do offensively, and ain't nobody drafting you number one just to play defense.
Mm-mm. That's why I said he got to go to a team that's got some stars already. If Phoenix get the number one pick, he might be okay there. But if it's just like, say if Anthony Davis get traded and for some reason the Pelicans get the number one pick, ain't no superstar there. He just gonna be another role player that's gonna manage the game, help them win a couple, but they're not gonna be successful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly think Phoenix is a good fix for him though.
No.
Nah, I really think New York, but they got to get KD and Kyrie. That'll be the best fit for him.
I don't think that would be a good fit.
Why not?
Because those two dudes are weird.
I mean, look at Zion. I think he weird.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's you right. You seen the joke with him on FaceTime?
Yeah.
He FaceTime the girl was like, "Hello, beautiful."
Well, it looked dangerous.
But no, for real though, I think honestly though, with the KD and the Kyrie, if they both go there, that factor, like they both like weird individuals. Like I feel like Zion needs to be somewhere where it's like structured. And I feel like with New York, it's just not the right place, especially with Kyrie and KD. Because Kyrie already showing right now he can't deal with younger players.
He should just skip the draft, go overseas for a year, and then come back and go to the Lakers. Sign a free agent contract.
Then join the Lakers.
Yeah.
Get the tips passed to y'all.
You think that'll work? If you don't join the draft, can they still draft you if you don't submit your name?
I don't think so. No, they can't because it's not like baseball.
So then they can submit you. So then you really could sign a free agent contract, huh?
I don't know because I think technically he would have to be drafted the next year, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm saying like if you take a year off, say you take 2 years off and go overseas or something, and then come back, could you sign an NBA free agent contract?
I don't think so because you never played in the NBA. Because because a lot of people go across seas anyway, and then they come back and still get drafted. Like Porzingis,
so you got to put your name. So your name has to be in the draft at least once before you can sign a free agent contract.
I believe so because all the international people, most of them are professionals already,
and they submit their name to the draft.
Yeah, and they still got to be drafted.
If you don't get picked, then you can sign a free agent deal.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm not 100% sure, but that makes the most logical sense because if not, a lot of people will be doing that.
Because you're right. Because I feel like because everybody doesn't get drafted, but then they get picked up by the G League or something, and then they kind of can get signed anywhere. But you got to give a team a chance to draft you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that makes logical sense. Now that I think about it. Sorry for my rant.
Hey, man, you just got to always talk it out, man. Just like math. You got to talk it out. Like, hold on.
Yeah, math's way overrated.
you got to talk it out, then you get the answer right. Like, oh, yeah, I was right. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Yeah, but show your work and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Show your work. But just like we were talking about Zion and his lack of shooting ability, fun fact, Ben Simmons been in the league 2 years, still hasn't made a three-pointer, yo. That's crazy.
That is amazing. The fact that, like...
He a point guard.
Yeah. That's really amazing.
Been in the league for technically 3 years, but 2 years and he has not made a three-pointer. Like, do you know how bad your shot has to be to make a 3-point? Like, he's taking them, but he's just not making them. He's taking a crazy amount. He's not taking a crazy amount, but he has taken them though. So it's just he got zero confidence in his jump shot though.
I mean, can you blame him?
Yo, no, not at all. But this is kind of going back on the Zion hype, right? Ben Simmons, if you remember, he was supposed to be the next LeBron too. Ben Simmons was on the Slam magazine cover with the LeBron jersey on, with the shoes. Pretty much, they replicated the LeBron cover that he did on Slam magazine. They was talking about how great he was and all this and all that. How he was like a Magic / LeBron type player, and all I see is Lonzo Ball in Philly.
Well, hey, let's not be disrespectful.
That's all I see. I see a point guard who can't shoot.
Lonzo's a pretty good basketball player. Ben Simmons is just has he's okay.
You can't even get the words out, man.
Yeah, I couldn't. But
he overrated, man. It's early the process. Yeah, I think he overrated. He came in with too much hype, man.
Yeah, I mean he was playing at LSU. The SEC ain't never been good basketball, so
yeah, but he didn't have to go there though because he was from Australia though. So I mean, he can't pick anywhere else to go.
I mean, I don't know, but if you ever seen LSU campus, it's a pretty cool environment.
So we're trying to say his recruiting trip pretty much got him LSU.
Yeah.
But he was one of them anyway. He wasn't really that invested. So.
Yeah, he was only there for a semester. He knew what it was.
Yeah. He probably didn't go to class. But that's crazy, though. Like, how you in the league 2 years and didn't make a three-pointer? Like, I thought I kept seeing it floating around for, like, the last couple months. But I thought it was just, like, the random memes you see on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then one of his... Yeah, and one of his teammates hit a three. And then it was, like... Teammate hit a three. Bench went crazy. Ben Simmons' face was, like, still. And then, like, they took the screenshots and it was like, yo... The face you make when you have one big gorilla, because it's like some big foreign dude, they call him a big gorilla, some shit like that. They said when a big gorilla passes you on the all-time 3-point list, and then the announcer was like, and he makes his first career 3-pointer. I was like, what? So I had to look it up on the Basketball Reference. I was like, yo, this dude literally did not make a 3-pointer yet.
That's terrible.
I just don't understand point guards who can't score. Well, I'm sorry, shoot. Outside.
But that's for real though. 10 years ago, you didn't have to shoot as a point guard. The game's just changed. Steph Curry made it, and most recently, the last 5 years, a lot of these point guards made it seem like that's what you had to do.
I wouldn't give that to Steph. If I had to give it to somebody, I'd give it to Steve Nash.
Steve Nash?
Steve Nash was draining the threes. Trust
Steve
me.
Nash, Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Yeah, point guards as far as scorers, being dominant scorers, I would say Steve Nash and Gilbert Arenas. But I feel like since the beginning of time, they've been able to shoot like free throws. I feel like it's not the greatest example, but point guards.
Ben Simmons can't shoot those either.
Huh?
I said Ben Simmons can't shoot those either.
Well, that goes hand in hand. That's
nobody in the league is efficient as they used to be. For back in when we was growing up, basketball, every guard could shoot a free throw. Now, hell, you got superstars like LeBron missing 60%.
Shoot, everybody but sitters, well, everybody but Shaq, basically, was hitting three. I remember Peja Stojakovic was on the street, like a crazy streak. He missed one, like everybody was invested. He missed one, everybody was like, oh, but he was like on a crazy streak going on. Like people used to actually make him. Jason Kidd was a great free throw shooter. Most like you're saying, most players were actually decent free throw shooters. But I mean,
the game's changing.
Hey, worry about the three and the dunk. That's about it.
That's
all you need.
Those are free points, though.
Exactly. Hey, James Harden definitely takes advantage of those.
You ain't lying.
Let's not get on that. All right. Next topic, man. Y'all know I'm a supporter of the Big Baller brand, but lately been a little crazy in the news, man. Dude Allen, who's a part owner, been a friend with LeVar for like 10 years, was reported to have stole about $1.5 million from a man Lonzo. The brand itself is up in turmoil at the moment. You had Lonzo, he covered up the BBB tattoo on his arm. All the brothers removed BBP from their social media. Then the Lakers, they out here questioning the shoe now, talking about if Lonzo really relevant with the shoe, and that's what's causing some of his injuries, why he can't stay on the court. What y'all boys think about how the Big Baller brand moving right now?
It ain't moving.
Nah, it ain't.
Like BBB about to be disassembled.
Yeah.
Hey, for y'all that don't know, disassembled means not together. It's a little late, a little early.
Hey, man,
That's an SAT word. You don't know when they might listen, though. I'm doing it for them. Because I know if I wasn't aware that you might have said that a word that large, I'd have probably been like, huh?
Disassembled, though? that's large.
Oh, so y'all scientists and shit.
Not at all. But disassembled, though?
Okay. But
nah,
man. Go ahead. What you say?
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Oh, I was just going to jump in. It's crazy that, LeVar did all this talking about, building a brand for the family and for my boys. Then he going to let a convicted felon handle the money. Alan Foster, who manages both of the sons' business affairs, he got arrested for fraud 15 years ago. I'm like, come on, LeVar. How you not know about that? Or if you did know, how you look past it and then going to actually put his name on Lonzo's account? Like, that's stupid. That's foolish of him. I can't even blame Lonzo because he probably wasn't aware. Allen been around for 10 plus years, so this going back to the AAU days. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if LeVar get caught up in some type of RICO case coming up. For real. Because if Allen's scheming now, they probably done business together. because you don't just look over something like
That's
this.
facts. That's real though.
I didn't even think about it like that.
It's just from what I think I know about business, you don't move with cats that's stealing money like that. And the fact that LeVar has yet to say anything bad about Allen. All he's ever the articles I've heard about or what he's talked about is really talked about it like family comes first and he supports Zoe wholeheartedly. Together we'll make this right. But and then Lonzo's agent Harrison Gaines, who's another one of LeVar's point people, because he wasn't even an agent before LeVar got a hold of him. He's going to be more active in the client's career as far as making decisions and moving going forward. So it seems that Lonzo is really stepping away from his dad completely, which I wouldn't be surprised if that was some advice from Magic and the Lakers or LeBron, because I feel like LeBron and Lonzo got a good relationship, how you watch them interact on the court and in social media.
I just hope that,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, the family, it don't really affect that dynamic as far as the father-son relationship, because it seemed like LeVar got a really good relationship with his kids for the most part and vice versa. And I mean, money when it comes to any type of relationship, whether it be parental, whether it be spousal, I mean, that's a serious factor as far as can be a game changer and ruining relationships depending on how people carry certain situations and how to react. So, I mean, I just hope the best, honestly, for their family, because I hate to see that.
I don't think Lonzo will leave his dad. I think he won't let him be a part of his business ventures.
Yeah, and we called it. I mean, we called this like episode 1 probably about how LeVar Ball is just messing up his son's careers like before it even starts.
Yeah,
and it actually started before we even knew, like as far as like what potential was going on. And it's funny how the stuff was found. Like they had an accountant. It was a brother too, so shout out to hiring brothers for stuff like that. But they basically had an accountant who said, "Yo, it's about 1.5 missing." He said it first. He said we need to look into it. And then from the reports that I saw, LeVar was like, "Oh no, you good? It ain't nothing to worry about." And then they fired that guy, right? And then months later, I think the new accountant said something, and Lonzo was like, "Yo, let me go ask old boy since he kind of know what's been going on." He hired him back, and once again, start questioning that 1.5 mil, and now everything's starting to come out because the dude actually has like articles online about him, like about the whole situation. And it's crazy that LeVar was told about it first, and LeVar was like, "No, it ain't that deep." So like Roy, when you were saying that, now I'm kind of putting things together. It might be something he knew about, but just didn't believe it. Like, I take care of it, something like that,
And a reason I say this, y'all know I've been a big Baller supporter since day one. Hell, I watched the reality show on Facebook, Ball is a Family. So I've seen like the evolution of this family, and some of the moves LeVar makes, it just don't. It gives me some mafia, a vibe that the money moving a little funny. And I say that because he was doing a lot of stuff, and I Googled it. You can look up celebrities or financial documents a lot of times. Some of the revenue that the Big Baller brand was making is no way they was making it selling the merchandise they were selling.
Yeah, I always wondered about the origins. Like, where did Big Baller Brand come from? To my knowledge, it's like, oh, it's a brand that started with this family. He was coaching, so it's like a LA thing, and then it spread it through AAU. Yeah, that's all I know. So
it's his actual brand. But if you watch the show, like him taking the boys overseas and doing the business deals, making the water, creating the games and all that, that's good business. They're setting it up like that. But the Big Baller brand moves like a startup venture capital company.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like it borrows funds, it invests funny places, raises stock, buys low, sells high, and moves on to the next venture. It doesn't seem like they ever actually set a platform to develop. Their backing and their plan was to keep moving around and raising money, but then the fallback plan seemed to be Lonzo. As long as he's in the league, they'll always have backup because he's going to generate some legit revenue.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll have it for cash flow to utilize.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying,
Yeah,
SP?
absolutely.
Like where I'm at?
Y'all the business guys. I'm sitting here like, yeah.
Nah, because if you like, it's definitely a business thing. You got to look at how the business is set up, and if you just watch how businesses move, looking at history, no startup company gets that big, with nothing.
Yeah, you gotta have investors.
Something, and they were big before Lonzo got drafted.
Right.
The
Yeah.
big now, granted, I think he's still a marketing genius. He used social media and ESPN and all them to brand his company, which was perfect. But he did it on the back of Lonzo. And that's where it came bad. If LeVar would have did what he did and then backed away from Lonzo by the time he got to the Lakers, we wouldn't have had this issue. But it seemed like once Lonzo got to the Lakers, they went in overdrive.
Yeah, because I mean, he still needed Lonzo though in order to power that, even before he went to the Lakers and then when he got to the Lakers, because like that's part of the reason of what you just said, how it went into overdrive, because then they had that cash flow that was needed to create all those other ventures, to essentially buy low and sell high, like you were speaking on.
Yep, exactly. Hey, but that's the goal in life, huh? Buy low, sell high,
Hey, capitalism,
and
man.
walk off in the sunset, baby.
Capitalism, bro. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
know how to play the game. You gotta know the rules of the game and how to take
That's
advantage
it.
of it.
And that's why when LeVar fired the accountant, you don't fire somebody that's telling you losing $1.5 million. He knew. He knew Allen had that money going somewhere.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't know, just by how his character is, LeVar would have aired this whole thing out if he wasn't involved in it. But because he trying to just kill it and make it seem like everybody's still happy, he covering up tracks.
Speaking of airing it out, I wonder if that old accountant gonna have something to say, because nowadays social media, boy, anybody involved, they
He
start speaking.
He already had interviews.
Yeah, he already did doing interviews. They just ain't been hitting the mainstream like that.
Okay.
Because they fired him after the first, hey, you need to look into it. Then Lonzo kind of hit him back up like, yo, remember what you was talking about, man? Could you look into it a little bit more? So Lonzo kind of went behind LeVar to rehire the guy.
That's crazy. I guarantee you, if more of this, if more comes to light as far as LeVar possibly having some wrongdoing or like a potential RICO, like Rory was talking about, that accountant's interviews probably come mainstream.
Yeah.
Or the big names will probably interview him.
That's going to end up being a smoking gun. I tried to tell him a couple years ago, but they ain't believe me.
Yeah. I just hope they don't get in trouble before the youngest son get to the league.
You think he gonna make it to the league?
Yeah, he better than Lonzo.
Yeah,
but that boy can play defense though. Well, that boy don't play defense. I don't know if he can or can't, but he not playing defense.
He not playing it, but I think he's capable.
I don't know, but his eligibility done. So I mean,
nah, he gonna go overseas for a year, no question.
He already said it. He already said he was going, but yeah. I mean, you still banking on if the NBA wants you though. So
if he keeps doing at his size, if he goes overseas and does anything right, he'll be in the NBA in 2 years.
Yeah, he keep growing too though. So
yeah, because he about 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", huh?
Yeah, he had a crazy spurt like last summer.
Oh, yeah. So they already had the verdict on him as far as the eligibility?
Yeah. He was already ruled ineligible because they couldn't prove that he did get the money, but because they pinned it on his shoe. Because you can't even have your own shoe or nothing like that. So even if he didn't get the profit and it went to the brand itself, you still had it as
man, we all went through the NCAA clearinghouse, yeah, and all the questions they ask. Have you ever made profit on your image?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So that right there, that question in general,
gonna
knock you out on that. So speaking of NCAA clearinghouse, is that part of your you got that built into the foundation already? That portion of it, or
I don't advertise it, just because most of the kids that I work with, they kind of when they get to it, they'll ask me anyway. But it is something I help out with, telling guys, if I get to you early enough, mentoring you with the second phase, I'll kind of say, hey, this is how you go about the clearinghouse. A lot of times, I ask people to sit down with their family and fill it out.
Yeah, because I sat in the guidance office with nobody around me.
Yeah, and a lot of it is because if you actually look at the clearinghouse form, dog, it's an application, and it could confuse a young kid. Like they put questions on there kind of to trick you to see if you really been getting money. But for somebody that's just a regular athlete, we know you're not getting no money. So why it shouldn't be that difficult.
I remember one question. It said, have you or anyone related to you made any profit off your image? I'm like, yo, how would I supposed to know about anybody else making profit off my image?
Exactly.
But I said no. So, but yeah, just a quick question on that though.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, I know we have been following the AAF Alliance of American Football League the last couple of weeks, talking about how they have been changing rules and what they were doing with the NFL and whatnot. They released today they was folding, which was crazy to me. You know, they just had a dude from the Carolina Hurricanes, Dundon, invested $250 million. Well, he put $70 million up front. But when the AAF couldn't get an agreement with the NFL Players Association, they agreed to cease operations. Mainly because Dundon, I think he invested his money because he was trying to see if they could use NFL practice squad players to help support the league, the AAF. And in the last 24 hours, Dundon's kind of said that if the NFL doesn't work with him, he's not providing any more funding to the league. So they ceased operations this morning. What y'all think about that, or the impact that the league folded mid-season with 6 weeks left? Or 4 weeks left, sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot into that I know you were mentioning more so like him investing, but what a lot of people don't know, and I don't think it's been like publicly, well, it's been released because I know about it, but he actually didn't invest the $250 million all at one time. He was actually paying it out per week. So he actually went in with a plan, and he's a tech guy, so his actual plan, well, I wouldn't say this is his actual plan, but even though the AAF is kind of folded at this point, the tech portion of the company is still open. He's a tech guy, right? Mm-hmm. So some are speculating that his whole reasoning to get into the the AAF was more so for the tech ventures because their technology was pretty good, like the things they were doing and, you know, their apps and things like that. But yeah, a lot of people think he just invested that 250 because the XFL actually got like 270 invested, 270 million.
Yeah.
And that's going to be able to, yeah, and that's going to be able to get them through their season. So if he really came in with the 250, they would have had no problems. But he's actually giving it out per week. But yeah, as far as for that, he came in, you know, tried to take over because they gave him like a crazy stake in the company. And he pretty much had the commissioner actually had the clout to say, no, we don't want to fold, but he did it without him. Pretty much. He said, we're going to fold. So he kind of pulled a power move on that. But yeah, I think it's crazy how they couldn't finish through. But the whole NFL thing, I understand the NFL side not agreeing to it because that becomes a liability thing. Because if I'm player, you know, A, and I just got picked up by the Steelers, and I'm a third string quarterback, and I get hurt playing in the AAF in the summertime, that's a liability on the NFL. I'm getting paid for the NFL and the AAF at that point, right? Yeah. Both of y'all got to pay me, and then the whole negotiations with the Players Association, they actually got something in there where you can't get paid from another professional organization. So yeah, it's like their plans, before dude put his money in, their plans was actually for 2 years. Like in 2 years when they renegotiated, they were going to try to get into that so they can say, all right, developmental players come here. But dude was trying to get it right here, right now. And if anybody knows anything about the NFL, you are not going to bully the NFL. Yeah. You're not going to bully the NFL for nothing. So that's kind of where it stood, like on both sides. Like he kind of came in with a different motive, and then he tried to bully his way to get those younger players.
Hey, what's crazy? I was just reading about it. He actually is suspended operations against the wishes of the CEO Charlie Ebersol and head of football Bill Polian, who was with the Colts back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he just did it, because he put a power move. Yeah. But
he had majority control.
Yeah, and then the tech side is still open though. I don't know what they're gonna be doing with the tech, but I mean, hey.
Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get the tech something with the XFL.
Yeah, so I mean, the thing is, I remember when the first time they were talking about folding, they were talking about should the XFL and the AAF merge. So I mean, they was thinking about that concept, but I don't think Vince trying to go in with nobody.
Nah,
he got it wrong. He got it wrong the first time. He like, all right.
Well, shit, Vince already got $400 million invested. Well, of what he sold from the wrestling.
Yeah, but because he's a billionaire like himself, like outside the company, so money would not be a factor with that. It'll be more so same thing that took it last time, ratings and things like that. That will be the thing that will make that league fold. But
they're actually testing XFL rules in the spring league, which is like a 6-week workout for guys trying to get back in the NFL down in Texas. They're testing XFL rules down there now because I got a homeboy that's out there playing, and he said it's been pretty interesting. But they had to sign a disclosure act, so they can't discuss any of the rules that are being tried out.
But no, and the thing is, another thing with the AAF, they were trying to come in to be a partner with the NFL. XFL is trying to be like not competition, but they're not trying to be. They're trying to be your peer, right? So that's two different business models there. So I think if anything, the XFL will, be the one that lasts.
Yeah, they're almost trying to be a complementary product to the NFL.
Yeah, it's like you got summertime. You want football in the summertime? Let's go ahead.
Which is actually a pretty smart move, because I mean, it's people love to watch football. People watch football all year long if they could.
Yep, the Arena Football League season starting up this week. Y'all wait for some announcements on my Instagram page. See where I'm playing at this year.
Y'all will be televised.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, they actually got the CBS deal expires, so we're gonna be on a new TV station this year.
Y'all can't disclose it?
I don't know who it is yet. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, let's think about that, right? We got Fox, NBC, and ABC.
Now I think it might be TNT for real.
Turner?
Yeah, because they had some success with the AAL or AAF, because the AAF was the highest rated Saturday afternoon show on TNT the last couple weekends. Because don't nobody watch TNT, so
yeah. So I know it ain't gonna be Fox though.
Nah, it ain't gonna be Fox.
They got NFL and they just got WWE.
Yeah, so it'll probably be it might be TNT. We'll see. I know they got all regional networks for sure. NBC's on regional because Monumental Sports on them, and then Philly got up there.
NBC Sportsnet.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, man, keep us posted.
First game ain't to the 27th.
Okay. We'll stay posted on that. In the meantime, we're gonna transition over here to a little bit of basketball. Basketball. We have.
Oh, did you say basketball?
I forgot the Spanish. The Spanish translation.
Probably El Basketball Ente. But
that's a damn shame. I took Spanish for life.
I'm ignorant. I'm sorry.
Años. Fucked up. I took Spanish for cinco años.
He's speaking real Spanish.
Sí, señor. But anyways, we had as you know, the Warriors are coached by Steve Kerr currently, but from 2011 to 2014, Mark Jackson was the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. In Mark Jackson's time as head coach, they started off with a 34 win percentage his first year. Then the subsequent years after that, they actually made the playoffs both years, and would have been his fourth year, he actually was let go by Steve Kerr, who at the time of Mark Jackson being head coach was actually, I want to say, the television commentator for the Golden State Warriors. And in a recent interview, well, not too recent, but recent enough interview, they spoke to Steve Kerr just on how he turned the Warriors into a great defensive team. And he actually, kind of spoiler alert, gave that credit to Mark Jackson. And to quote him, he said, "I didn't. Mark Jackson did, honestly. When I was on TV, I was doing Warrior games for years. Every year, they were one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Mark came in and made a focus of being a tough defensive-minded team." Now, as many know, Steve Kerr is credited for a lot of the Warriors' success with their recent championships and turning them into a dynasty. However, many of the key players to this dynasty were actually drafted under Mark Jackson's regime. So we kind of talked about, should Mark Jackson get more credit for the Warriors' success and helping them build that up into a dynasty. We also spoke on, are NBA coaches actually even that important when it comes to the specific game and in-game play? How do you guys feel?
Well, I feel like Mark Jackson should have definitely something for that first championship, honestly. Because when you, as you were speaking about it, he took the team from 23 wins. You gave percentages though, got people thinking, but he went from 23 wins to 47 wins to 51 wins in 3 years, right? Next year they won the championship. The only change that he made as far as for roster wise, he took Harrison Barnes out the starting lineup and put Iguodala in, right? Now, offensively though, they did jump up, as far as him being a coach, because he was a 3-point shooter himself when he was a player. Strategically, what he did was he pretty much got the ball to Steph Curry more versus spreading the ball around, finding ways to get Steph open, right? Now, granted, they did win the championship, but I feel like the base of this whole team is Mark Jackson. They're great defensively, and Steve Kerr himself even said they're great defensively because Mark Jackson. Steve Kerr is kind of like Dan Antoni. He's not really focusing on defense, right? He's more so the offensive guy. So I feel like Mark Jackson should get more credit for it because, like, when you talk about the Warriors, they give all the praise and glory to Steve Kerr, and that kind of falls into what we're talking about coaches. I feel like when it comes to NBA coaches, outside of practice and timeouts, coming out of timeouts is really not that. If you have a great team, you're really not doing that much coaching. He even thumbed his nose at other teams like Phoenix by having coaches. I'm not coaches, but players coach the team for stretches. I don't know if y'all remember that, but if somebody was hurt, he'll just give him a clipboard and be like, coach. So that tells me a lot about what you actually do on your side. During a game, most coaches they're probably calling out sets and things like that. But if you have a good point guard or if you have a good floor general, you're not really doing too much throughout the game. So I feel like coaches, in a grand scheme of things, during game time might be a little bit overrated in general.
Rory, how do you feel?
It was a word that you used. Was that sequential?
Who said it? Me or SP?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive. I know what that means.
Yeah,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know what it means though, so I wasn't too impressed.
Oh, okay.
I'm just fucking with you. Hey, y'all don't pay me no mind, bro. I'm actually kind of educated. I just be tired.
Well, what is your impression on this topic?
I think what Cal said was right. Coaches don't have that much of an impact in the game, but Mark Jackson should have never been fired. I'd have liked for him to actually have got the credit with the dynasty and the success. Can't say my reasons on air, but y'all know why.
Go ahead and say it, man. We only got one sponsor right now.
Nah. I gotta keep professional. But Mark Jackson deserved a longer leash than he got. But you know what they say. They always try to keep the brother man down.
Well, let me
because go ahead.
He don't have that complexion for the protection.
Let me address the elephant in the room because that was a nice one, Cal.
Appreciate it.
Because I think this is what is heavily discussed, and I kind of go back and forth on it myself. Would Mark Jackson have achieved the same amount of success as far as the championships had he remained as head coach?
We don't know.
I think he would have because coaching didn't – when KD came, coaching didn't matter. And I think Mark Jackson would have handled the locker room better. Draymond would have never called KD a bitch if Mark Jackson's in that locker room. Because it just – you've been on teams. It just sounds different when it comes from somebody you respect a little more. And don't get me wrong, they probably respect Steve Kerr, but the context of Mark Jackson's message is going to be delivered in a way that the understanding will be more like a father, older brother than a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And especially with the dynamic of their team, I mean, outside of Clay, everybody else pretty dark.
Well, no, Steph is pretty light.
Steph too, but y'all know he was built, how he was raised. We know how he vibing. Well, I don't know, because I seen that video of him dancing, bro.
Hey, bro, I was literally about to bring that up. I'm like, oh, no.
So, I just think he had a little more money growing up, so he ain't had to dance. He just went to the party.
They sat in the corner, posted.
Yeah. Or the party came to him, so he was just sitting in a chair at his own house.
I don't see him throwing no parties, dog.
Nah, I don't either. Not in Charlotte. No. He probably didn't live in Charlotte either. He probably lived outside of Charlotte. Concord Mills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But now Mark Jackson should have definitely got a better shake at it. It's crazy because the NBA is a little better with diversity, but I think Mark Jackson was too outspoken too. They didn't like how he handled the media, and the Warriors market isn't really too fond of the aggressive nature Mark Jackson brought off the court. Steve Kerr is way more laid back.
No, Steve Kerr is passive aggressive, which
Okay.
is worse than being aggressive, in my opinion.
But it is, you know, you're viewed differently when you come off how with the image intact too. Because if any other coach, like some of the, for instance, Greg Popovich talks about social issues, anything that he wants to say. If another coach was to come in that didn't look like Greg Popovich and say that, the NBA probably send him a letter asking him to tone it down. Steve Kerr is on track to be like Greg Popovich as far as what he says and how he handles the media.
Oh yeah,
but he's nowhere near as good as a coach though.
So. No, we're not talking about coaching. I'm literally just talking about.
To me, until he gets a team where he actually builds something, I'm not gonna give him any respect as a coach.
Oh,
he's probably gonna retire.
You're never gonna give him respect then, because that ain't happening.
Because when this dynasty's over, he's gonna retire. He's gonna say health issues. And he's out. Yeah, I would. Keep your legacy intact. You made enough.
Riding the wave, man. Riding the wave.
That's all he's doing.
Facts. Big old fact. Hey, he was there. He was there from the beginning, man. He was calling them games.
Yeah, so he felt the pressure. Anyways, man, I'm tired of talking about sports. But yo, what's up with this double standard we got going on in the world, man? You got Cardi B out here, got a video talking about she used to drug and rob men when she was a stripper. Now, I don't know if I'm tripping, but I could have sworn Bill Cosby just went to jail for such said things. And they trying to, you know what I mean? They trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal. Back when it happened, Rick Ross, he had a little comment. It was in "You Don't Even Know It," right? It said put a Molly in a champagne. She don't even know it. I think that was the exact lyric.
Yeah.
He lost his deal with Reebok. Then Rich Homie Quan, he had a little backlash when he said, I forgot what he said, but I know he had to apologize publicly for it. But even then, Ross, you know, he been through this, and he come out talking about we shouldn't block someone who admits their mistakes. Now, I don't know, but I could have sworn I seen all the social media talking about Rick Ross is wrong, this and that. Like I said, Bill Cosby went to jail. Cardi B out here admitting to it, you know, got the video proof, and everybody want to act like it's okay because she was a stripper.
Yeah, that's my biggest beef with it, because she's talking about something. Oh, I had to do it. No, you did not have to do it. You can get money any other way. If it was a dude out here literally recounting, I've been putting eye drops in girls' drinks, taking them back to the crib, robbing them, right? People, the biggest thing I've been seeing, people was talking about, it's a difference between rape and robbery. Nah, a crime is a crime. Either way, you're taking something from somebody, right? So I feel like it's a double standard when it comes to that, because one, she's a woman, and two, they're saying nobody was hurt. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be out here drugging people.
And I would just
like that. That's how I feel.
I'm glad you said that, Cal. That is the main highlight in this entire situation, and that's what it should be. And when you drug people at that time, they're without help. They're helpless, essentially. And I feel like for anybody with good morale or good ethics, they understand that fact, and they understand that that's wrong. That you should never put a person in that situation and with that type of vulnerability. So I don't see how people could even give her a pass for this.
Yeah, my thing is, she's talking about, I had to do it. Dog, you did not have to do this, man. That's literally what was getting me. Not even the crime itself is bad, but the fact that she was like, I had to do these things to get money, da 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 da. No, you didn't. You was out there stripping. People out there was paying for your butt. You was going out there, you was robbing niggas. So it ain't, at the end of the day, I know that's strip club culture. Like, y'all here robbing it. Like, niggas get robbed every day, B. Like what he said, and paid in full. But at the end of the day, you out here, I wouldn't say you're bragging about it. You trying to paint the picture of, this is where I came from. And this is before she even popped. So she's not even where she is now, but she's talking about, y'all don't understand what I had to do. Nothing was given to me. I understand the whole thing, but you could have, if you wouldn't have said that, that's fine. If you ain't admit to out here drugging and robbing niggas, it would have been cool. But the fact that you admitted to it like it was something to be glorified about, I mean, something that you can glorify. Like, yo, I had to do this. This is the bottom of where I had to do. I had to get there. I had to do this. I had to do that. And Raw's trying to defend it, talking about, oh, we shouldn't, get mad at someone from talking about their past or, things they had to go through. But on the same token, he's talking about, yeah, I lost a 7-figure deal, for a lyric.
Hey, I'm glad he lost that deal though, because them shoes was trash.
I don't even remember them.
I was just about to say the same thing. I don't even remember what they look like.
Yeah,
they ain't give him his own shoe, but they gave him like a brand type joint.
Yeah, but the thing is, he said he lost the deal, but if you watch his video, it's like 2 minutes long. He never at any point said he did it. He said, "Oh, I wrote that line because of the culture I come from. In Miami, they were out here doing this at parties. When I was performing it, that was the line that popped out. Everybody actually said that line. So he never admitted to doing it at all, and which is the opposite of Cardi. Cardi said, "Oh, I did this." Right? But he never said, "I actually slipped a Molly in her drink. She didn't even know it." He said, "I wrote that line because that's the culture that I grew up in." But he's out here defending her, man. I mean, at the end of the day, she's not gonna really get that crazy backlash. Like it dropped like on a Friday, so niggas had nothing to do on the weekend, so they weren't really doing nothing. Monday picked up, everybody was mad at her, but it's gonna be dead in like a week or two. If it's probably dead now, honestly. It's the memes are flying more than anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of gotta respect Rick Ross for taking her back in the situation though. Just for the principle of it's easy to, kick somebody when they down. And there was a lot of people. I mean, granted, there's a lot of people that was backing Cardi B and giving her a pass on it, but there's a lot of people that was bashing her too. And I'm of the belief that, you can move forward and move on as long as you've learned your lesson. That's the best route to take. And I feel like he kind of took the high road with kind of taking her back for it. Now, do I agree with everything he said? No. But, I like that for the principality of the matter.
All right, Big Worm. The principalities of it, Smokey. But no. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, though, it's one of those things where I feel like if it was, just like we were saying earlier, if it was a man, whole thing would be different. Niggas would be in an uproar right now. But since it was her and it's Cardi, everybody love Cardi right now, it's going to be like, oh, that's what she had to do. She did not have to do that, man.
Even if she had to, it still don't make it right.
And even if she had to, you don't got to talk about it.
Yeah, you bragging
it's
about
things
it.
People, yeah, it wasn't even a brag. It's like, well, yeah, technically, if you look at it and like from far view, it's a brag. Yeah, like, you don't know what I had to do. I had to do this. Dog, people do crazier things and don't mention it. Like, to mention something like that means you low-key proud of it.
Yeah.
Very good point.
There's things that people do that they're not proud of and they'll never mention it. But, I mean, I digress, man.
Well said, Roberts. Well said.
Appreciate that, sir.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get Counsel on the Clutch off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show into all the apps people like to listen? How do we monetize the podcast business? The one place for all of those needs was Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Having the ability to distribute our podcast to various channels is clutch, and padding my pockets with advertisement revenue is never a bad thing. If you're wanting to start a podcast, there's only one place you should consider. Go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Thanks again, Anchor. Yeah, definitely hit up Anchor if you're trying to start your own podcast. But right now we gonna step into our one of our more popular segments, One Gotta Go. And this time on One Gotta Go, we're gonna start it off with something near and dear to my heart. So we have the album Confessions or the album Ready. Which one gotta go?
It hurts my heart to say, but Confessions gotta go.
Huh?
Confessions gotta go.
Say it again, Roy.
What?
Confessions gotta go, man. It hurts my heart to say it, but when you sit there, well, I can't say you. When I sit there and I go track for track, Confessions gotta go. Now, if we're talking about hits, Confession stays. But if we're talking about body of work, for me, Confession gotta go. Deluxe edition and all.
Oh, nah, you really tripping now.
Yeah, Kyle, I don't know, man. I'm looking at them side by side, but Confessions and Confessions Part 2 and Burn and then Superstar, and then That's What It's Made For, and then My Boo, and then Confessions Part 2, the remix. Man.
All right, see, you just adding stuff now.
No, for real. That's what they both on
No. I know it's on there, but I'm just saying the remix though, really.
Confessions Part 2, the remix.
Shine from Jail on the phone. That really hit you.
I'm just saying. But I understand where you going with Ready too, because Neighbors Know My Name, Invented Sex, I Need a Girl, Jupiter Love, fire. Your Side of the Bed, fire. Hallelujah, fire. I think that's I would get rid of Ready personally, just because I don't know all the words.
See, the thing with that, to me, Ready is one song away from being a perfect album. And that's LOL Smiley Face. I don't know what he was thinking when they made that track. But without that, to me, that album is perfect. But like looking at Confessions though, like that's why it hurts for me to say it. Because you got Confessions Part 2, Burn, Caught Up, Superstar, Can You Handle It, My Boo, Red Light, Seduction, to me is one of the better songs on the album.
That's a whole R&B party right there. That's the last 30 minutes of any party and you good.
But then, like,
you
I don't know. I think
on that her hair messed up and her shirt probably up by her head by that time.
Back in the days, her perm is being sweat out. You know, everybody natural now. So, but
and that LOL Smiley Face is it's an eyesore, man.
Yeah, that to me, that's like the only track that I just rock with Confession. I mean, I just rock with Ready more, man.
That's because you on payroll with Trey Songz, bro. You ain't slick, bro.
Man, I wish I was, man.
You wish you was. I bet he got a mixtape coming just because you was talking about it.
Hey man, To Whom It May Concern Part 2 with DJ Drama. I'm joking.
See,
yo, if that joint drop,
what you mean? He try to put a disclaimer like that shit ain't about to drop.
Yo, I swear to God, if I go to Dat Piff next week and that junk up there, man, we got to connect.
We know how you rocking, bro. You ain't got to flex on us all the time, dog.
No, not at all. But y'all obviously got Confessions staying.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it goes without saying for me with my reaction for You're Ready.
Yeah.
But let's see, moving on. Now I had to throw this disclaimer in here. When I say these people, I mean their entire body of work, and I mean that in the literal and the figurative sense. All right, so one gotta go. We got Jada Pinkett, Halle Berry, Sanaa Lathan, and Gabby Union. Wade.
Gabby, my boo though.
One gotta go.
Gabby, my first celebrity crush.
Yeah, for real.
We was just talking about Jada this morning.
For Gabby.
Yeah, and we was talking about Jada earlier, and you saw what I said.
Yeah. Hey, but that's
so
real.
She's safe. I would say Halle Berry got to go just because ain't no way she looked that good and going through all the men. Something got to be wrong with her.
Roy?
Unpopular opinion, but I'm with Cal. Halle got to go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jada got to stay.
Yeah, Gabby stays.
Gabby stays.
To me.
Yeah, Jada got to go.
If I choose Halle, does that make her overrated at this point?
No, she's GOAT. She's great, but not of our generation.
She more so for like the 30+ crowd.
Yeah, like they used to daydream about her.
Thanks.
She never really did it for me, so I can't say I gotta keep her.
All right, so I wish we had Q in them votes, but we try to keep this anonymous for the viewers so we can get genuine reactions like, oh, instead of having like predetermined answers and everything like that. So you stuck with us 3 today. So who was yours? You said you going with Holly too?
Yeah, man.
All
Unfortunately.
right.
They about to cancel our podcast.
Nah, we ain't said nothing about Beyonce this week.
Oh, you're right. You can throw her away too. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I don't want y'all. I ain't popular, so y'all ain't gonna put no B's under my profile. But
no, you about to get all
that's
this
his
type
child,
of B.
Beyonce. I can keep her.
just give me Kelly. I'm good.
Yeah, give me Kelly. I'm straight.
Yeah, I
I
need
mean,
Kelly.
you tell me.
She could be my motivation.
Either or. I mean.
Okay,
oh, that's different.
True.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
You got any more, SP?
Let me go. My turn. I'm tired of waiting.
Okay.
Let me go. All right. One gotta go. Mac and cheese, stuffing, yams, or mashed potatoes.
Said mac and cheese,
Stuffing, yams, mashed potatoes.
Stuffing is safe for me because I usually eat stuffing by itself, so that's safe for me. Mac and cheese, depending on who make it, can go. But if somebody make it right, it has to stay. I'm gonna say mashed potatoes gotta go.
Even with the gravy on the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, that's
Even
exactly what I was thinking, man. I'm over here with the
even with the gravy.
Like, nah.
The gravy and the pepper on top of it, it gotta go, man.
You drop that brown gravy on there, boy. And if you get real fat, drop a couple bacon bits on it.
Mix it all up.
I ain't never heard that one, but it sounds amazing.
Oh boy, listen.
Yo, my mouth low key watering right now.
Ooh, boy, little brown gravy, little pepper, little bacon. Ooh, church.
Only ground pepper though, fresh ground.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't go to Dollar Tree get the pepper. What you talking about?
All right, man. I'm gonna have to say mac and cheese, dog. But it's a little bit biased for me because I'm not a fan of mac and cheese at all. I'm not a huge fan of cheese, period. So yeah.
Are you lactose?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, man.
But I bangs with the ice cream though. It is what it is, you know.
Okay. Your life not all bad.
You take your losses where you take them. You know what I'm saying? I keep the what's it, lactate? Yeah. I keep that on me when I get the ice cream. You know.
All right, cool. You got any more, Roy?
Let me think. All right, yeah, I got you. Y'all ready? Here, another one. Oh, by the way, I'm throwing mac and cheese out. I just don't like cheese. Love ice cream though. Tacos, chicken wings, pizza, or burgers.
Shit, tacos.
Yeah, chicken wings definitely going nowhere.
Chicken.
Before y'all answer, yes, I'm the fat one of the group. That's why I chose food. And judge me if you want. You probably fat too, but I bet you eat good.
I would say pizza gotta go.
Man, what the fuck?
Dang, I'm the SP this week. Dang,
hey,
unpopular opinion.
Also Westbrook face.
Hey, bro, pizza my favorite food, so that's a biased opinion, I guess. The burgers got to go for me.
See, the reason why I say pizza, anytime I go out, niggas know all I get is wings and burgers, no matter where we go. So both of those are safe for me.
I'm throwing the wings away, bro. I like boneless wings anyway, so when I say chicken wings, you know I was talking about the regular black folk chicken wings. I don't need them. I can do without them.
This is true.
Well, if that's the case, I'm right there with you on that.
People judge me when I go get boneless wings. I don't get it, bro. I like boneless wings. That's my preference.
He said it was easier to eat.
Yeah, I got a beard, man. I don't like my beard to get all messy. I'm classy.
You say you're classy, huh?
Yeah.
So do you eat your boneless wings with a fork?
Oh, not with a fork, but I cut them up a little bit, make sure things are working properly.
All right, so I can go ahead and kick it in. I'm gonna go ahead and read off Dion's. Dion says one got to go. He got 3 different categories. So the first one he was athletes. He said Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Sean Taylor, or Charles Wilson. I'm sorry, Woodson.
Charlie Wilson. Huh?
Charles Woodson.
There
my bad.
Goes my baby. No, all right.
I thought that was Usher's song.
Nah, that was definitely Charlie Wilson.
Or am I thinking about it? I'm thinking about. No, Usher got a song with them same lyrics, bro.
I was just in the wrong key. That's all. You know, I just had choir practice earlier, so I'm a little off right now. I've been singing all afternoon.
Oh, true. Makes sense.
Yeah, you know, it usually don't sound that bad. Y'all know, throw the little harsh. Been singing. Got a big concert coming up.
Hey, lemon water, man. Lemon water.
It's the air. You know, I'm an artiste.
And honey.
Yeah, gotta get the honey. It's a green tea for my herbal people.
Hold on. Let's see what Roy was talking about here. Hold on.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, you were definitely off.
I told you I was a little hoarse, man. That's all.
No.
Cal, you know I was talking about when I said Usher?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, huh? Hold up.
You sounded more like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting there like, damn, my baby. What? You was in a different key, you was on a different tempo, but we gonna keep it moving though.
Y'all ears was just bad. Don't judge me.
Nah. So athletes though, I'll go first on that. I say if one had to go, it would probably be Charles Woodson for me.
Ooh,
no.
Really just don't, care too much for the guy. Nothing personal, just me. Can't bang with the Raiders, but
that Michigan.
Okay.
I forgot you. I forgot you.
Yeah.
Fan. This is a bias. This is a biased selection. I'm calling it.
Broncos and Ohio State. So, but no, to me though, honestly, Ed Reed just had crazy impact. Troy Polamalu, short stint, crazy impact. Sean Taylor, short stint, crazy impact. Charles Woodson was just kind of there when it was in the NBA, in the NFL. To me, you just put him up there for numbers. You don't put him up there for impact.
Huh?
I'm sorry,
bro. Take your Bronco goggles off.
For real.
Okay, I'll take him off, and I'm still gonna have my Ohio State goggles on under them.
Okay, all right, there we go. I just all I heard was bias, cause bro, what?
That's fine.
What?
What are y'all choices?
Hey, Rory, I got 2 words. Tuck rule.
Yes, sir. Bro, Charles Woodson was a dog, bro. A dog. What you mean?
So I guess he's safe for you.
100%. I'm taking Sean Taylor up out of there.
Oh, I should have known.
We already knew that was coming.
Bro, he played 4 years.
So take off your Cowboys goggles.
All right, take my Cowboys goggles off. He played 4 years.
All right, who you got?
But before y'all shoot me, R.I.P. Sean Taylor. I think he's really great. But I'm keeping Charles Woodson because he gave me 20. And for real, if Sean Taylor would have had a full career, I'd have got rid of Troy Polamalu. But for the simple fact that I need more than 4 seasons, I'm gonna keep Troy just for that.
All right, we got SP.
Unpopular opinion. Troy Polamalu ass could go. And you could find, and this is why I feel like he can go, bruh. I feel like it's other players that you could have put in that same situation and got similar, if not better, results.
Ed Reed. You could put Ed Reed there.
Right.
You could have put Bob Sanders there.
Healthy Bob.
Yeah. Non-torn pec Bob.
Yeah.
Or torn bicep.
I feel like that was anything. Philosophy. And that Pittsburgh Steelers defense as a whole was crazy. Low key.
These men will come out here with 1 down lineman. Like, I ain't never seen that in real life. That's some Madden stuff. But we can go ahead and move on to Dion's other selection. We got music. You got D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, Tank, and Genuine. I don't know what he was listening to on the way back home, but yeah, I wouldn't even thought about D'Angelo.
Run that by me again?
Yeah, say that again.
We got D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, Tank, or Genuine.
D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, Tank, or Genuine. I'll go first. I don't need Genuine. Now,
what?
But between he got Pony in those jeans, but I just seen him in concert.
Differences though.
Listen, I just
Your whole life didn't change.
nah, bro. I just
You
seen
gotta
bro.
stop basing your opinion off what you just recently seen, bro.
Nah, fuck that. He's an artist. He's an artist. I seen bro in concert, and that shit
Two-way.
was terrible.
Two-way, man.
He was in concert. It was terrible. Throw Genuine away.
Well, we're not talking about his concert. We're talking about him.
But he really only got 4 songs, 5 maybe that we really listening to. I don't need that.
Hold up, name 3 D'Angelo songs.
I don't need it. How does it feel with 77 minutes? Fuck. Nigga, you gave me 1 song that's an hour long. That's all I need.
Same OG. You getting rid of same OG, man.
I'm straight. I'm keeping D'Angelo.
Do you remember? So anxious.
Y'all love Lauryn Hill, and she dropped 1 album, so I can't.
I don't love Lauryn Hill.
I'm in general, people. Sorry.
What to say? For me though, out of all of those people, like when I'm just looking at them, for me personally, I would say Tank. But if we're talking about musically, Tank got some hits that I say D'Angelo just because how does he feel? I mean, that's about it. That's all I know about him.
I'm in the same.
Even though he from Richmond, so he technically a VA boy, but that don't get you past everybody else on this one.
That don't get you past that minimal ass catalog he got.
Nope. So you saying D'Angelo on yours too?
Indeed.
All right. Dion has another one called Struggle Food. Peanut butter and jelly, oodles and noodles, hot dogs, or grilled cheese. One of them gotta go.
Bro, that sounds so broke.
It's struggle food, man.
Bro, hell no. We are a classier podcast than that. We will not. We will not. I will not. You can. I will not participate.
I would say peanut butter and jelly. Gotta go. Peanut butter is overrated.
What were the other ones again?
Oh, now we're talking about food again.
Yeah, I had to get back.
We got oodles and noodles, hot dogs, and grilled cheese.
Oh, grilled cheese can go.
See, the thing with that, though, peanut butter and jelly, it ain't got that much you can do with it.
What you mean?
It's peanut butter, jelly, and bread.
But you can get grape jelly, strawberry jelly. You could get
but what is it, though? What is
peanut butter. You could put bananas on it. You could get crunchy peanut butter.
Bacon.
That's still jelly, though.
No, it ain't. It's grape.
Bacon, said bacon, though?
Strawberry jelly.
Hey, bacon grape.
But listen, though. Nah, I don't know about peanut butter and jelly.
No, I don't know about that. But you could cut it in square. You could cut the edges off. You could cut it down the middle. You could cut it diagonally.
Yeah, you know
you're reaching right now.
You could toast the bread.
No, listen. Oodles and noodles, you can turn that to a 5-star dinner.
Oodles and noodles, but peanut butter and jelly?
Hot dogs, you can cut them things up, grill them up. You
can
do a lot of
hot dogs nasty.
Yeah,
that's why you grill them. You grill them or you bake them.
You definitely grill them or bake them.
And we got beef too. Q skipped the show, but he want to be on social media. I'm calling you out, Q, just so you know.
Dang, man. He can't reply to the text, but he on Instagram.
He on Instagram.
Dang.
And the crazy part, he reposted something SP posted.
Dang. He like, I'm thinking about you, but I don't want to text you back right now.
That's crazy. He acting real light skinned.
Yeah, that's a light skin.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You can't repost anything for SP until
to the show over.
To the show over and then go up.
Yeah, like we gotta literally post this joint and he should talk about it or post something on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, what you got, Dion? I'm sorry, Dion.
Because they both black, huh? It's fucked up.
Exactly what it is.
You ain't shit, Kyle.
Man,
grilled cheese just gotta go for the reason I listed earlier. As far as I forgot the food that we were talking about that had cheese.
Macaroni cheese.
Yeah. I'm not a cheese person, man. Sorry, that's out. And I hate peanut butter and jelly. I actually grew up eating butter and jelly sandwiches.
Butter and jelly. Oh yeah, I had those before. You gotta toast it.
Yeah, you
though.
definitely gotta toast it.
Can't just be with some raw butter.
Nah,
it's so disgusting.
Spray butter.
Oh, spray butter? Come on now, aerosol butter and jelly. That's a super struggle.
This is getting out of hand.
I'm sorry, Roy. We want all privilege like you coming up, man.
Privilege? I didn't say I was privileged, but capable.
You never heard about spray butter, man?
I know exactly about all that, but it was just the fact that y'all are still discussing it like you're not worth $500,000.
Oh, that's Cal.
All right. Yeah, we talking about Cal. We talking about industry Cal.
I'm industry Cal. Wow. Okay.
I know the.
I wish, man. I wish, man.
Now you wish, man. You
I
full
do
of
wish,
it.
man.
You are full of it.
Look, man. I don't even y'all niggas ain't even gotta pay me for real. I can just be like the dude who listen from the outside ear. Like, nah, bro, this trash.
You know how much money you gotta have, SP, to tell somebody else famous they ain't gotta pay you?
Yeah, that's crazy money right there because you ain't worried about it.
Yo,
Exactly.
man, chill.
See?
What did y'all say earlier? What type of currency y'all say? Oh, social currency. That's what it is. The social currency would be enough because if I get on, the podcast grows, and then we all on. Come on now, social currency, man.
You ain't gotta fool us, bro.
Man, chill
We
out.
know what time it is. C. Roberts on the track.
I mean, that'd be nice too if I can produce.
Oh, now you ain't produced 3 of Trey Songz's newest mixtapes, dropping late 2019.
Yeah, I swear to God, if he drop Tomb and make it turn too.
If he do, bro, we not friends no more.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm convinced you know something that you ain't telling the boys.
Man, that'd be hilarious. Though. I'm gonna keep checking on that piff though, because by the time of the year anyway. But y'all got anything else y'all want to discuss?
Nah, man, not for real. It was crazy. We did a show with 3 of us. Shout out to Q and Dion. Had to be adults tonight.
I do want to discuss.
Yeah.
I got a quick question. Y'all, what y'all
What's up?
think the ratings gonna look like on the Final Four, being that you don't got like UNC, Duke, Kansas, Gonzaga, all those teams that's usually perennial Final Four teams of recent anyway in it.
I don't think it's gonna matter because you got people who are gonna watch it just because it's the Final Four.
Yeah.
Some people, college basketball is like the Super Bowl. You got people who normally don't watch it just to watch it just because it's a cultural thing. So I feel like it won't be as bad, but it probably would have been better if Carolina, Duke, one of them would have been in it. But I don't think it's going to be that drastically different than if one of them were there.
Touche.
Yeah, because I'm definitely intrigued to watch it now because it's not the traditional teams playing.
Well, I'm less intrigued, so that's what I was asking.
I guess, but then you got to think about the schools that are in it all have rich traditions, just not in basketball outside of Michigan State. So
What UVA got rich tradition in besides academics?
school pride and stuff. Like people support their school. Like they got a lot of alumni, so people gonna tune in.
Academics.
They got strong alumni though. Like you gotta look at the alumni backing. Them people gonna watch it because they ain't never seen it.
Yeah.
So that's 100 years of people damn near. Well, not 75,
100.
70, 50.
Are you talking about people who still alive?
Yeah, that just have
Oh,
never
so that's
seen
cool.
their school make it. That'll tune in just because.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. I think if Duke would have been in it, it would have been a little bit more because of the hype train of Zion. But we'll see. Well, we won't because they probably won't release it. You know how the NCAA do.
Oh, they gonna lie about it because that's just how they do. Yeah, man. I think we covered a lot of stuff. And y'all keep supporting us though, man. We appreciate y'all as we keep growing and keep learning. Y'all keep interacting and telling us what we need to know and get better at, so we can keep progressing as a show.
We got more fire in the pipeline.
Yup. Engagement. That's what we're looking for, man. But thanks for tuning in this week, and we out.
Yerp.